wondering, like, both of you, when you first started this business, it was not like at first you have a lot of challenges, right? Especially on financial. But how did both of you manage to cover the debt and everything while still profiting?
Anita can go ahead first.
Well,
Alright.
for us, right, we are quite lucky. So our platform managed to break even the first month we started. So yeah, financial wise, right, for us it's still okay because freelancer platform is actually started with zero cost, I would say lah. With zero cost. So how we survive is by keeping our costs low, but that also I do everything from A to Z. So that's why we managed to save expenses on like hiring and all this. Yeah. And for my personal wise, right, for me, you got to, it's also a bit suffer lah for the first year, whereby I didn't get any salary from CrazyAnts. Yeah, so how I managed to get through is also, I'm also quite lucky lah, because I don't have to worry where to live and all this. So whatever I gain from my business and all this, right, I just need to pay like the basic expenses on you, like Wi-Fi and all this. Then like eat, play, sleep, right, and all this will be paid by my boyfriend. So yeah, in a way, I was quite lucky also lah. And now, right, yeah, I made some money already, so I therefore need to, treat my boyfriend better lah, and also my parents. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, how about for Elaine?
I think for myself, there were a lot of ups and downs. You will see me like probably earning like, you can be earning like 30, 40K. And then the next day you could be like suddenly earning like nothing or 2K. It's really been a huge roller coaster ride. Also because like, I think because I started young, and when you're young, when you have money, you don't really know how to handle money yet. So I definitely learned so much lessons on finances. When I started like my full-time job, I was not even earning 2K, and that was for 3 years. And I still had to use that money to pay for my beauty school. And then when my lash leaf like exploded, I could earn like up to like 40, 50K. But then I didn't save. I didn't know how the importance of saving money or investment or what is the trend die at the time. Although I knew it, but I didn't really prepare as properly as how I would prepare like now. If I could like tell my past self, I would tell her like, you need to prepare emergency money. Don't use all the money and get excited, So like, and then lockdown happened, and like all the beauty salons had to close. Just when like Sparks by Tiny rebranded into MLab, we had a new partnership. Suddenly, within months, a lockdown happened, and for 1 year, we didn't take any salary from our beauty company. I had to look for other jobs. I had to do freelance job. I hustle. I cannot, stay still and do nothing. So like, it was a lot of up and downs and a lot of learning process. So always like prepare for emergency money, and again like have another side hustle to be able to protect yourself when any of this happens. Like no one would have predicted the COVID, like the coronavirus would come,
Yeah, it's unsuspected.
Yeah, really, yeah.
But during this COVID situation, I understand that the beauty salons have to be like closed. But what about for the CrazyAnts freelance? Because it's all online. Did the sales boost or something?
Yes, actually our sales boost, which is quite out of my expectation also. Because I'm expecting like many other business lah, so we might a bit suffer due to MCO and all this. So yeah, but up to my surprise is that there are actually a lot of business owners, right, wanting to get online as soon as possible. So that's how like all these offline shops, right, offline stores are like all the pharmacies and all this, right, they were eager wanting to be online. So they ask for things like logo design, social media management, social media posts, and all these things. Yeah, so yeah, our sales boost also, and for our academy also, because people are eagerly wanting to learn a new skill and to make money from it. Yeah, so we launched our copywriting course. Previously it was offline, but we immediately in like 2 weeks like that we straight away launched online already. Then yeah, we made about like 30K in just a day. Yeah,
Wow.
30K in just a
That,
day with
that
one
is
course.
so
Yeah, so I just sit there waiting for my instructor to sell the course and all this. Then I consider my senang pay lah. Then wow, 30K all of a sudden. Yeah. So yeah, MCO our sales boost, and also that's how we see a grow in our freelancers as well, in the number of our freelancers as well during MCO.
So it's increasing.
Yes, it's increasing,
Yeah.
and now it's also increasing. Yeah.
wow.
A lot of graduates, they hardly can get a job. So yeah, they are learning how to become a freelancer and all this. And we are preparing.
Fortunately, both them and also CrazyAnts, you guys, you're fast to adapt to changes, and
Yes,
that makes your
Yeah.
business more
Cool.
resilient.
yes. I think that's a must for every business.
Yep.
Right.
Mm.
True. Moving on, do you guys believe there's some sort of pattern or formula to becoming a successful entrepreneur?
I don't think so lah. If there is any, please share with me because I need the formula.
Or like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think every business has their own challenge. Like for beauty business, they have their own challenge. Like for freelancer platform, they have their own challenges as well. Like you will have to discover your own success formula. Like what works for me might not work for you. But
Yeah.
like based on what I observed, right, most successful entrepreneurs, they are persistent lah, and they never give up easily. Yeah, and they are quick to adapt.
So actually, what key activities would you guys recommend entrepreneurs to invest their time? Like, for example, when they're starting up, before they want to start up a company on themselves. Yeah, what kind of activities they should invest on?
Yes. For me, right, a business can only survive when they have sales. Yeah, so I think as a startup founder, right, you have to spend more time talking to clients and also searching for clients. And also, how to keep them coming back is by building relationship with them, follow up with them, ask feedback from them, and see how you can improve it from there. And second one would be partner up with someone bigger than you, like partnering up with bigger companies, and also constantly source for like best talents in the market.
For me, I think it would mainly be on like exploring more. Like you really need to go out, and not only like the main thing I would say is definitely networking. You have the time, just go to as many different activities or sorts to just network and get to know more people. At the end of the day, these people could be your potential customers and could be your potential partners or investors. So meet new people and also like explore as many things as possible, as many types of activities. It doesn't need to be like example, it could be activity going fly cycle, but you never know, fly cycle you meet a whole new group of friends, you know what I mean? Like there's no activity that is a bad activity. Every activity can bring a benefit. So just explore everything. Yeah,
Agree.
yeah.
Just wondering, like, how did both of you trying to find the same circle? Like, you are doing your beauty industry. Where did you find your beauty industry people, and where did Anita find her freelancers people to work together or communicate everything?
Anita can go ahead first.
Oh, you mean where? Like, how do I find my first batch of freelancers?
Kind of like you met the same network or different network. Yeah.
I think Facebook group might be a good channel. you know, like all these startup groups and all this, right, is where your clients gather, and also where your all the potential mentors gathers together. Yeah, so I think that's one of the way you can get a lot of useful resources in Facebook groups. And for me myself, right, for me it's more like how to say it's by luck lah, by chance. Like how I get my first mentor is by referral, is through referral from my uni friends. He say that his mentor is starting something like a startup incubator. Yeah. So when he heard about my ideas on CrazyAnts, right, he says it's very good idea. Then he recommended me to his mentor. So eventually, he became my mentor as well. Yeah. So slowly, when CrazyAnts we have our own website and social media page and all this, right, more people get to know us, and that's how we get to know people like Elaine and my developer and all these people joining in. Yeah.
Okay, now I hear about the history of CrazyAnts.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, how about for Elaine?
I think in terms of like the beauty industry, probably like I met through classes, like the academy that I went to, and then freelance job, you know, we refer jobs to each other, and like that's how we probably meet like many people in the same industry, or when we go for like photo shootings and stuff like that. But in terms of like maybe the network on like you could bring like potential customers or partners, I would say I'm quite active in like sports activities. So I love to go like yoga classes, pole classes, like make a lot of new friends all the time. And it's exciting. Really, a lot of them in the end like became friends, and friends become customers, and I would say continue doing that lah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, okay, now I see. Where do you find the friends?
Yeah. Hey, sometimes Instagram also can find one. I've met a lot of like friends through Instagram, and they become like they are Instagram friends, and in the end we met in real life, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. There are a few girls I know from Instagram friends become like friends.
Like they just like reply to your stories, is it?
Yeah,
And then
yeah. Like we both fangirl each other, and then we finally talk.
Whoa, that's a good way to end like for networking as well.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right, then we'll move on to one of our last questions. It's also our signature question. Like, what is your motto, and what will be the piece of advice you'd give to college graduates who want to become entrepreneurs and maybe start up a company on themselves one day? Yeah.
Yeah. I go first.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. For me is be ready to put in the hard work. Don't ever start a startup because you think that being a startup founder is a cool title or a cool job. It's way more tougher than you think. So better get ready. You got to be ready to sell your car, sell your house for your startup. Yeah, that's the worst scenario, worst case scenario. So yeah, be ready to put in the hard work and be ready for the worst scenarios. And also don't start a business you don't understand. Even if you see a lot of people making money from it, start something you understand. Like for let's say you are very interested in food and all this, right? Then start a F&B business might be good for you. You don't jump into like AI, data science and all this. You don't understand, but you just join because you see that's a trend, or maybe you see a lot of people making money from it. Yeah.
Thank you. What about Elaine?
I think my main key motto has always been consistency. Consistency is like the real key. Like anyone can start, but the hardest part is to continue even though the hard times come. Like that is the time where most people would just give up. But that's why like when you start your business, it has to be something that you really love, because it's not something that like you feel like, oh, I want to become an entrepreneur because I want to have flexible working hours. I want to have lots of money and do nothing. But by right, in fact, it's totally different. I'm like way more busier and more productive compared to me working a full-time job. And it's something that you don't feel it's like a pain because you love your job, you know? And like I would say like business to me, like this kind of business that I have, these are an investment. You know, to me, these are investment and I have to put my max, like my consistency, my dedication and all for it. So it's not about like, open business, tai life, you know, that kind. I really love my business. And I agree with Anita that when you open a business, right, you always need to think, right, that you only got one chance. And if you want to open business, think of something that stands out. Like what makes you different. I remember this company like selling like burgers and stuff like that. It taught me a very important lesson on business. They were selling burgers, pizzas, pastas, and all of that. And then like when I went there, I asked them like, so which is your best seller? Then they were like, oh, also my best seller. I'm like, but no, you need to have like a winning point. That's the, if not, what makes you stand out? Why would I go to your shop instead of going to other people's shop? You know, and that's like also like one of the reasons like when you open business like CrazyAnts or Makeoverlab, everything I do like you need to think you're making a difference in the world. You got one chance, just do it right. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say,
Wow.
Inside Cook is also a very good USP business lah. They offer only like local flavors like durian and teh tarik and all this. Yeah, so I think for businesses you need to have your own USP, unique selling point. Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
So YOLO, and also you have to have the one signature thing of your business to
Agreed.
stand up to competitors.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind.
It's very important.
Christina, anything else you want to ask our speakers?
Okay. Maybe the last thing, like okay, maybe two more lah. okay. Back to the financial question for both of you. What is your mean of financial freedom, and also like how do I say, which do you keen more on saving or investment?
None. actually, I'm not. Okay, to be honest, I'm not a really good saver. I'm too much of a YOLO person, which can be a really good thing and a bad thing. Which is why I would say that I'm very glad I have my boyfriend in my life to be my pillar of strength to remind me the importance of savings and investments. Really, he was the person that really made me realize the importance of that lah. And that's why, like, back again to me, I would say that, like, right now, I'm trying to learn to save, like, for, you know, you never know for emergency money lah. But again, I'm also learning investment, so again, always a balance of both. Like, yeah, always a balance of both, I think. I'm still a learning in progress, yeah. Still
Work in
progress. Work in progress. Learning in progress. Work in progress. Still learning.
But you are like this kind of person that you have how much then you just spend how much, something like that. Like
So yeah, I would like think that I won't really spend on materialistic things. I love to spend on learning things. So example, right, the money that I spend the most is to learn more. I treat it as an investment. So I learned baking, and I used to be an assistant baker. I went for loads of baking classes. Yeah, I would sign up many courses, different courses, online courses to improve my design, yoga classes to improve my strength, you know, my health. All those things that actually I spend on is more to self-improvement. And it's still a good thing, yeah. So just that I should control it. Still control it. Yeah.
It's actually a very good investment. Like investing in self-improvement. Who knows that yoga might be your, or maybe baking might be your another source of income in the near future.
Yeah, agree. That's true. That's so true.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
our kind of spend, I mean, what our question, the spending, it actually meant like on materialistic stuff. But since you said that you're spending on self and improvement,
Self-improvement. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
how about Anita?
Same as Elena, I was a very YOLO person. Um, but
Was.
until last, yeah, yeah, I didn't save more. Like how much I earn, right? I spend it all because yeah, my parents and my boyfriend take care of most of the expenses, ma. So whatever I earn, right, I just spend on entertainment, food, and all this. Yeah, so and travels and all this when we could, lah. Yeah, so yeah, I wasn't a saver until last year, MCO. Although my financial wasn't much affected, but from how I see my friends and business owners are suffering, right? I started to have this mentality that saving could be, could be saving your life, during these seasons. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's why all of a sudden I changed my mindset into, yeah, saving is important. Yeah, that's why when you don't save, right, you cannot how to say protect yourself in a way. Even though you invest in all this like insurance and all this, right, if you don't save, whenever things happen, like let's say your dad's sick and your yeah anything happens, right, you'll be in great trouble. Yeah, so sort of like I changed my mindset from a saver to a saver. Yeah, and also, yes, I also started investing as well last year, also during MCO.
Yeah. Same.
We started to pay attention to all this investment stuff and started to invest in some Malaysian stocks, US stocks, REITs, and also on Stashaway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
That's way becoming very big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We actually had one of the managers as our speaker at our last year's annual event.
And right.
Nice.
Yeah.
We've been talking before for the cupcake going events as well. He is very helpful, very friendly.
Yeah. So if you guys see MCO, although it's like at first sight it's like a bad thing. I mean, until now it's also it's a bad thing that the COVID actually happened, the pandemic actually happened. But what we can do from MCO is like we learn, we change, we get resilient, like how you guys did. You guys started to from a spender to a saver, and then also learn to invest and all that.
Yeah.
It's not about it's all about the attitude, how you manage, how's your attitude towards something that happened and make it into something worthwhile and good towards the growth, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else, Christina? One more, right? There's
I
one more
think-
question, right?
Last question, okay. For Elaine, which are the 3 things you would change in the world? And for Anita, what is the part of your life experience you would alter if you had the chance to?
Wow.
Sorry, I couldn't get your question for me.
Okay, for you, like, what is the part of your life experience you would alter if you had the chance to?
Okay.
Okay, anyone want to go first?
That's a tough question. Okay.
Mine is 3 things to change in the world, right?
Yeah.
I would like to change.
Wow, this is like some Miss Universe question, right? Yeah, Anita can go ahead first.
Not some kind of question already for you. For me, I appreciate all the past decisions that I made because this is what made me today, lah. So I did not regret anything, like even starting a business, even taking psychology or degree, starting my own Korean online business, Korean makeup business, while juggling my study and all this. Yeah, I regret none of them, lah. Yeah, because this is what makes me today.
everything you do that has taught you a lot. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
How about for Elaine? Everything of any.
I'm like, wow, okay, let me think.
3 things you want to change. Employment unemployment in Malaysia. Unemployment in Malaysia.
Wow.
Rising students.
Wow, see, Anita, you champion, but you really got think so much. Like, okay. Okay. If it's okay, 3 things. Okay. First one, I think free education. I think just like how much I love to learn new things is also something that I feel like how important is it for people to learn things. So and I know that there are some other countries that supports the free education thing, but I wish that everywhere in the world has free education, because learning should be something free, and it's something that everyone should have the privilege to do it, not needing to pay for it. Yeah. So I would feel like free education like would be such a great thing. You know, like everyone's learning and there won't be someone that is missing out on something. Yeah. And the second one is gonna sound funny. I feel like I feel like free gym should be part of like in the school, like it's part of education. Yeah, because if gym is free, everyone will want to go to the gym to be fit. Without money won't be an issue. Everyone healthy, staying healthy should be something free, like jogging and all. But I feel like it's not so difficult, right? I feel like there's a way like for all this, like for gym lah, maybe not all fitness center, but like for more like gyms to be free and easily accessible to everyone. Yeah, then that would be great lah. Yeah, second one. Yeah, and the third one, change in the world. Change in the world. I think maybe the plastic problem, because I think it would be great that there would be a solution to come out a new type of material that can replace plastic, that is biodegradable and that is cheap and easily accessible. I mean, because now almost everything is plastic. Even though you don't use plastic bag, right? Almost everything with the Tupperware lah, the cover lah, all is plastic. There's so hard, it's so hard to get rid of from. So someone needs to really invest a lot of money to be able to solve that issue. Like invest a lot of money. Yeah. Yeah. I hope the answer is fine.
Yeah.
Can we have free Wi-Fi?
Okay.
Oh yeah, did you say free Wi-Fi?
Yeah, free Wi-Fi.
Oh yes, that is true.
Oh, yeah. Wi-Fi is also important.
Yeah. That's true, man. Because through Google you can learn everything, anything.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, imagine if we had that power. Wow, so many things can change. Yeah.
It's like imagine that how to say, instead of just expecting something to change, why not we become the change ourselves?
Yeah. Agreed.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Great.
for Anita, since you did not answer the question, can you answer this question as well? The 3 things you want to change.
Used to have a lot of ideas.
Yeah, free Wi-Fi. Another one is what else? Free clubhouse access to everyone. Because I couldn't solve anything. Yeah, but for me myself, right, I already have the passion to solve the unemployment issues that is now in our country. Yeah, I sort of like I feel very bad for all the graduates that graduated during this period. Yeah, they are really having a hard time. Imagine they are facing the pressure from their parents, yeah, and financially and all this. Yeah, they are also quite difficult lah. And And for them to jump into freelancers, right, to becoming a freelancer, right, is also not easy also. They have to pick up the skill as soon as possible. Yeah, in order to compete with all the experienced freelancers so that client would give them a glance at their portfolio and all this. Yeah, so that's the thing I really passionate about, like observing if I could. Hmm.
You already did like
Yeah.
for the employment, unemployment.
Yeah.
But,
You
but
gotta-
yes, me, myself, and my team would be a bit difficult. We definitely need more people, yeah, to help out. Like platform like Sunway this is a very good platform. Yeah.
yeah, we hope to raise
Check it
awareness.
out.
Yes.
Yeah, we hope to raise awareness. And one thing I really respect the entrepreneurs is that they not only provide opportunity for themselves, but also job opportunities for people, for like freelancers, for those unemployed, and raising awareness about like what you mentioned just now, environmental issues,
Mm.
all those. Yeah, it was a really great time talking to both of you. Really make it's an eye-opening experience.
Same. Very interesting. The last question was unexpected, but it was like a good reflection.
Yeah.
Really good reflection.
Right? Okay, I hope we get the last question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then.
Okay. So,
All right, then. I guess that will mark the end of this episode, episode 6 of No Money Let's Talk podcast. If you guys are interested in finding out more about the business CrazyAnts, we'll tag the IG handle down below. It's at crazyants.asia. And also, Anita's personal IG handle is at AnitaChamp. And for Elaine, her personal IG handle is at Tiny Scribbles. And also her business will be at makeoverlab.co. It will all be down in the description box down below. Okay then.
yeah. Check out their Instagram.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Maybe. Yeah.
Hope you guys doing well, better and better.
You guys do all the best in your studies, and it's good the things that you guys are doing.
Yeah, agreed.
Thank you. That's really much very cherished.
When
and
you
really-
are born to
Yeah.
shine,
Okay, then sorry. Nobody
you
let's
were
talk
born to
podcast.
shine.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah.
There's been times when I thought about giving up, but I never did.